Looks like we're moving into game 3. Elimination match for Huck or Puck. Who will be the true... Is Puck Canadian? Puck is almost Canadian. He's from Minnesota.
I think... Oh, okay.
It's pretty far north.
Yeah, we don't really want them anyways.
And it doesn't really feel like...
They can be Canadian.
When you think of the United States of America, you think of all the great...
It's a cold place. They probably have maple syrup there.
Intrinsic American things.
Lots of farms and stuff.
Farms
Farms are pretty American, though.
Farms are pretty American? We invented agriculture, didn't we? Like the 1400s, I think, the United States of America.
When Columbus landed in America, he made farms so that they would have food to eat.
Exactly. That was the whole Thanksgiving. Because when we came over, the Native Americans
were
like starving to death,
food,
and we
so
let
they
them...
wouldn't...
Yeah, I remember that. We studied that in school.
Yay for Columbus.
Thank God.
What a wonderful human being.
Thank goodness for him. That brilliant Catholic sailing under the English monarch? Spanish monarch? Good for him. What were we doing? Oh, PvP.
Casting a PvP.
Yeah, let's talk about Christopher Columbus. What, yeah, they're gonna do the same shit. We got pylons.
Turn this into the MLG GameOn history lesson.
We got probes. Did you know that Indians are actually people from India? And that the reason why they're called Indians is because when Christopher Columbus landed, he thought he was in India. Because they didn't even know that the United States existed.
He was looking for a trade route.
A lot of people in Europe might be confused that America is so arrogant and high and mighty, but that's because for that long, they didn't even know that we existed as a country. So we have to make ourselves known. That's why we give you the Duck Dynasties, the Miley Cyruses, the Honey Boo Boos, and all the other great gifts that America's given to the world. The atomic weapons, the moon. We didn't even know the moon existed until we landed on it and put a flag there and discovered it.
If there's no flag there, they couldn't see it, because, I mean...
Did you know that when they originally got to the moon and they found people there, they called them Martians because they thought that they had actually got to Mars. They didn't know the moon was there. Just like when Columbus got to the United States, he thought he was
Well, it was
in
actually
India.
Columbus who landed there in the first place. After he got to America, he just kind of kept going up to the moon. And so, you know, it's of course he would make the same mistake.
I mean, it makes sense. And the flag is still there since there's no atmosphere or wind on the moon. It doesn't, like, get knocked over or anything. So check that out sometime. Go to the NASA Columbus Museum.
As terrible as this conversation is, I think it's still better than early game PvP. Have they done anything yet?
Yeah, we got pylons, we got probes, we got cyber cores.
Cyber cores all around.
Gas is important, I guess. We got 1 gas with 3 probes. We got 2 gases with 5 probes. Looks like...
I wonder if there's actually math to that, like they added at a certain time, or it's just like,
definitely.
I feel like it now.
Protoss players, of all the players to incorporate high-level math, calculus, differential equations in their builds, I would expect it to be Protoss players for sure, definitely. I mean, when you look at somebody like Sase or Naniwa, like, they come off to me as the kind of scholarly men that would sit in their room calculating out the exact, I think, timings for all of this stuff in the most mathematical way possible.
I think there's better examples for that joke, because Sase actually seems pretty nerdy. I could see him doing stuff like that. There's Protoss players
if you could see Sase doing that, that means that you've never read Sase's official write-ups on what he thinks should be done to balance.
No,
You're missing out on life then. I'm really sorry. Sase's a great guy. He wrote up on Team Liquid a blog of all the things that he think could have been the balanced Wings of Liberty. It's probably one of the best pieces of writing. Coming from somebody that's read the Iliad, the Odyssey, Beowulf, of any piece of literature I've ever written or read, had the pleasure of reading, I would say that ranks up there.
That sounds pretty special.
In like the top 1.
I guess I have to.
You have to check that out. Yes, the suggested balance patches by Sase.
Is he still playing? I haven't actually seen him in a match in forever.
I'm not sure. Doesn't he live in like Taiwan or something? Am I wrong?
Oh, that's right. He went over there to play in that league that Sen is in.
Yeah.
With one of the
so
teams.
I don't know if he plays like in the Chinese league or something. Or...
Yes, so. No, because Taiwan has like their own
esports thing.
Yeah.
So yeah,
the Gamma Bears are in it. That's all I really know. That was Sen's team.
But is Love Your Girlfriend playing in that tournament?
What?
That's the team that everybody.
There's a team called that?
Called Love Your Girlfriend. They're actually like picking up a couple Koreans.
Well, that's cool.
Yeah.
Hey, we have a Twilight Council. And a Twilight Council building for
DT
rush for Puck.
Oh shit.
And Puck is going Twilight Council, which actually comes with 0 detection. So that could be pretty bad for him.
Uh-oh.
But he's going it late. Does he have something else?
A classic PvP build order loss.
Yeah, he doesn't have anything else. So, unless I'm mistaken, Puck is just kind of dead. Seems like a build counter, unless he's going to die before.
If he can, yeah, he has to kill him before. I mean, Dark Shrine takes a while to warp in. That's 60 seconds of waiting.
He's going Robo as well, so that's a lot of investment that isn't units. But
yeah, and we have
3 Stalker here.
I mean, Blink is even farther away. I think Huck can hold here.
Yeah, he should be. I'm surprised he doesn't have a sentry or something just to be safe. This does not seem safe at all. It seems like any kind of committed attack, he just dies.
I mean, you get there on a time warp and be like, you know, chill out while I get a sentry out. Oh, and he got a sentry now too, so.
Yeah, now he's fine. Does he have a? He doesn't. He has a forward pylon. Oh, he has one in the natural. So yeah, this is not looking good for Puck here. He is getting a robo, but it's not going to be in time.
Oh man, there's going to be a lot of damage.
Oh, he found the pylon. That's really big, because if he can delay enough, the robo might be able to get
Yeah, and he can hold position with stalkers on the ramp, which is exactly what he's going to do. So now the DT has to hack its way through those stalkers before he can get into the base. I don't know. This is still... Is he got a 4? No. 13... 10 seconds? Catching that pylon might have, like, saved him the game, though. I don't know. We're about to find out. The DT are going to come up here. He needs to attack immediately, and he is starting to do it. Oh, no! Why?
He just wants to keep the stalkers alive. He knows he's going to get in, and so he just wants to keep the stalkers alive.
He's
just going to run the probes.
Oh my god, these time warps. So good. Very nice on Puck. Wow.
And he's actually just going to run away.
And now he's going to surround the DT with his stalkers? Oh, please blink forward onto the ramp. Do it, do it. Oh, he got one of them.
Maybe? Yes, he's got
yeah. A blink forward on the ramp would have been super cute, though. But
that would have been. And so this means that Puck has a huge advantage right now, because they both have robo. I think it's 3 gauge to 2 in favor of Puck, and Puck has blink, whereas Huck does not.
Sure. So. Huck can bring that one DT back and maybe build another one for an Archon?
I don't know if that's even worth it, though.
Do you think getting one Archon? Archons are pretty good units, huh?
They are.
I see that as a Zerg
but not so much against, That's because everything you have is bio.
Archons are really good against Immortals,
really good
aren't
against Zealots. No, why would they?
Don't the Immortals not do full damage to the Archon? Or do they?
I don't. They would be good damage shields, but you just target the stalkers, so I don't think it would really matter too much.
But we've seen in the past that Protosses apparently don't target
that was Huck. Puck's control has been much better in battles than Huck's.
Okay. I don't know. The Archon is a 300 HP unit. I think that morphing in one more, I feel like it would do a lot more than the Dark Town Bar.
If you kept both of them alive, then for sure you make. Well, I mean, then it just doesn't cost anything.
Yeah. So I guess we'll see what happens.
He's actually trying to chase down that DT. He can see the blur, but he doesn't.
Yeah, he's trying to surround it. Oh,
he's actually had it a couple of times.
Oh, why doesn't he hold position? Can he not see it anymore?
I don't know. He just can't tell. It's kind of hard.
He just
blinked
for
observer.
It's on its way.
Well, it has it cornered now.
He's trying.
Huck doesn't realize the observer was so far away, or he could have just gotten out.
Maybe, yeah. Oh no! Is he gonna see it?
Yeah, he's gonna get it.
He's gonna get it. Yep, there we go.
So no, I think Archon would be a bad idea now.
I agree. Good thing he didn't warp in that one DT waiting at base for its brother to return. We do have a forward pylon here by Huck. He could be cute and send like a DT in. I mean, it would be really annoying. You'd have to warp in another observer. Wow, he's
he had an observer waiting back in his main. He's prepared.
Oh, he just walked in completely uncontested here.
Huck kind of wants him to, though. He has 4 Immortals. That's an angry army.
Yeah.
And Huck is getting his own blink now, so they are equalizing on that. And I think he does have the Immortal advantage, so if nothing happens too quick... Wait, is Puck even producing Immortals? I don't think he is.
I think he just got the robo for the observer.
I don't know about that. Seems kind of questionable. But he has seemed to prefer these very warp gate heavy armies as opposed to Immortals. Both the previous games, actually, he's gone for something like that.
So this is where things get ugly. What do you do as Huck here?
I don't know. If he runs down, he's just going to get force field and picked apart. I'm not sure what he can do.
You know what would be the sickest thing to do as Huck here? Is if you made a Nexus right here.
And recalled to it?
Recalled to that Nexus. Be... Oh my fucking god, that would be so cool.
By that point, he would have lost anyway, I think. But that would be very cool.
Whoa, no! Top 5 control now.
Dropping quick.
Wow.
Oh, well.
Okay, never mind. Top 4. Whoa, 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 whoa.
I don't know. I don't know if that's much credit to Huck. I think that's more Puck top 6.
Wow. The competition is fierce. Oh, we do have some warp and shenaniganery going on.
Oh, there's a DT there, too.
Yep,
I'm not sure.
But there's an observer right here. So.
Oh, okay. So Puck is probably aware of it.
Yep. I
mean, but he has given up the ramp, so Huck's going to be able to get out.
And Huck, I mean, the expansion for Huck is so late here. He pretty much has to fight, like, move all in.
Plus, he has 4 or 5 Immortals. You kind of want to fight anyway.
Yeah, definitely,
That's a very, very scary army.
Puck has a decent number of force fields, which, as we've seen in the past, has been, like, the complete...
That's kryptonite.
Yeah.
Yeah, just in general, his army control has not been great in the engagements. Little small pickoffs and stuff, sure, he's been pretty okay.
When you have immortals, so the immortal, what the immortal does is an absolute huge amount of bonus damage to armored units.
Yeah.
So shooting at zealots is not only are zealots just meat shields in and of themselves, but the immortal doesn't do full damage to the zealot, and it does an enormous amount of damage to a stalker. Is it 2 shots or 3 shots a stalker?
3 shots.
3 shots a stalker. I think they do. Is it 60 a pop?
I'm not actually sure.
I want to say
60?
like 20 plus 40 to armored or something.
That could be it. It's some absurd
Yeah,
bonus.
it's a really huge bonus, so it's really important.
Oh, wow.
Ah,
huge
the force fields.
He actually just recalls out part of his army.
Yeah, but now...
He can blink on it.
Exactly.
He can kill off the rest.
And I think he forgot he had blink for a second, but there's no way that this...
That could be a game ending for Huck. That was atrocious.
And again, another immortal gone. I mean, there's just... He has no blink to get away with. Puck is running
he does
the
have
expansion.
blink. He just...
Does he?
Yeah, he used it to... Or,
he
wanted
did
to try
use
and
it.
defend the immortal.
I'm just kidding,
and
yeah.
then it was too late. But yeah, Puck has an expansion up now. Huck is just building his own... Wait.
Oh, we try to sneak him. Oh my god. There's the Archon that I wanted.
Huck has been very on top of it. His first game looked kind of sloppy, weird build order choice and everything. But the last 2 games, he has looked very on top of everything.
Definitely.
Like, much cleaner than Huck.
Definitely.
A little army move out. His 6 stalkers, trying to get some kind of map control. But there's just really nothing going for Huck.
Yeah,
here.
what Huck needs to do, I mean, is just defend with immortals and hope for god tier something.
Yeah,
because he can't really move out and attack ever. He's just, his army is not compared to this.
Huck's economy and army is just so much bigger, and he's switching into Templar tech.
Exactly. So what do you do?
Upgrading.
As
Huck's going Colossus.
Yeah, which is always good. Laser beams.
Yeah, no, I feel like he's going to get overwhelmed before he has any kind of critical amount of Colossus. So as soon as some Archons are out, and charge a lot.
If he can put all of his chrono towards hammering out some Colossus, I guess we'll see. The Robo units are the only thing kind of keeping him afloat here. But like you said, once those Archons start coming out...
What's the worker count? I haven't looked at that, but 42 to 33 for Puck.
It's about as what we'd expect it to be.
Yeah. He might actually just go for the kill now, and I don't think Huck can really stop him. He just can get it. Just an offensive blink will just rip apart everything. Actually, I didn't see those stalkers. So I don't know. He has more than I thought, but...
The 5 immortals can be huge, if he can control them. But Huck has been continually failing to control.
Not even control, just right-click on the big things.
Yeah, and not get cut off by terrible force fields, you know? As long as... This is really...
Well, to Puck's credit, he has placed the force fields,
very
and the time
well.
stops well.
Definitely.
He's kind of forced some of the mistakes out of Huck.
Sure.
But not all of them.
Where are these High Templar morphing in it?
Up there.
Oh, perfect.
Yeah, a couple of Archons in there. Huck's force fields won't matter at all. The Zealots will get ripped apart. He can actually just blink up there on the Stalkers. The first Colossus out, no Thermal Lance, not even being upgraded. So that's only going to be able to do so
together.
much.
I feel like they're going to get messed up. Although the Archons will prevent the force system too much. He needs to bring the... Got Immortals.
I think Puck just has too much stuff. It doesn't really matter.
Yeah, I mean, he's
just gonna plow through here.
Maybe. I mean, if all these 4 immortals are alive, it's only Stalkers.
Everything's just getting focused now. Yeah, he does force him back. The Nexus Cannon plus the Immortals is a little bit too scary.
Yeah, the Nexus Cannon is good too. Those Immortals are really powerful.
That actually ended up being about as good as Huck could possibly hope for.
Definitely.
I think Puck kind of rushed the issue a bit. He has a better economy.
Nice.
There's no real reason to force the fight.
Sure, taking a third might have been wiser. Huck has to be careful not to overstep here. Once this Photon Overcharge wears off, though, although there are no force fields left for Puck, which is important because it makes these Immortals actually, like, okay units again. Oh, wow,
Ooh.
blink up into the main. That's pretty ballsy, but I mean, not the worst decision considering the lead, but...
You got a free unit pickup. He did lose his Observer, though.
It's pretty big.
Oh, he's going to get an Immortal.
Immortal going down.
Oh,
and
wow,
the
he's just
blink.
going for it.
Yeah,
and
I mean,
he actually has enough. He's picked off the Colossus, he's picking off all the Immortals. Nothing else is left. It's just Stalker versus Stalker, and more for Puck. Well, he gets
Puck
out.
did lead.
He fears the Zealots a little bit too
cautious.
But
he was able to pick off the Observer, though, so DT are good here now.
He has a 20+ supply lead, and he already had a worker count advantage, so... I don't know, is he still sitting on the worker count advantage?
Yep.
Yeah.
By 8.
He's fine. It's equalized a little bit, but still enough of a lead. Plus he has upgrades against, I don't believe Huck has been upgrading.
Puck is 0/0/0. Puck does have that 1 attack upgrade. The mighty Archon that I called for earlier is here to lead the troops to victory.
If only he had gotten it when you said, he would have won for sure.
Maybe. Kind of surprised, well, I was going to say I'm surprised not to see Huck morph in another Dark Templar, but maybe he figures Puck would have replaced the Observer by now.
Or he just wasn't thinking of it.
Oh, okay, he did replace
Yeah.
himself.
So, good decision.
Losing that Colossus would be really important, or really bad. Still doesn't have Thermal Lance, so I mean, it's not like...
It's so hard to go Colossus from behind against Blink Stalkers, because
Yeah.
if you don't have critical mass, they don't do that much in bursts, and they just die so quickly with a Blink in.
Yeah. Immortal tanking as much as his Immortal Soul can handle. Probably going to see a blink forward here from Puck. Puck doesn't
That's
have...
just an insurmountable
Yeah.
Stalker advantage. He doesn't have any Zealous left to tank. He's just going to blink in and take out that Colossus.
Thermal Lance
Or he's going to continue
finally
playing.
finished.
He's going to reset. No,
Blink
he
in,
does
going
go
for
in.
the Immortal. Or
That
the
has to end, and there's
Colossus.
just nothing left for Huck.
I'm not even going to say that was a bad game for Puck. Puck played that perfectly. He scouted the pylon in his natural. He blocked the DTs with his Stalkers. He used Time Warps on the DTs running in that he couldn't see.
Caught one of the DTs on the way out. Guaranteed
Yeah.
that no Archon shenanigans were going to happen.
Puck played that really, really well.
Just both of the last two games in general, Puck has just been very, very solid in making perfect decisions. Puck playing the riskier end of things usually,
Sure.
and just not getting away with it.
Definitely. So unfortunately, that does mean that Huck is out completely.
Mhm.
Huck also lost in the earlier games to Kane, and those games ended 2-1?
Oh, two.
Oh,
The first game was the Swarmhost Turtle, and then the 14-14 on Daedalus.
Oh, man. That's so rough.
I have no idea why he chose Daedalus.
Yeah,
I
that's
wish
so
he had
rough.
won, so there could be like a post-match interview and ask him about that. I don't know if he was just being cocky, or if he had a special strategy that didn't work against 14-14.
Or the special strategy built out of the two Stalker play,
Maybe.
and
I know
but he just didn't scout the
I
gas.
played him once on that map, and he cannon rushed me, so maybe he was just hoping that that would happen.
Huck
but-
does utilize early cannons a lot. I say that kind of jokingly, but like I've seen him
No,
ladder
he
and
cannon
whatnot.
rushes a ton.
Yeah, he definitely does.
And
He has opportunities
he's
to.
as good as you can be at cannon rush. He's good at it. He understands.
Yeah.
He just make a lot of them.
So really rough to see. I mean, Kane is a really good player. The first game with Huck versus Kane, I felt like was a legitimate loss for Huck. The late game is something that's really hard to be comfortable with, and I mean, I could see him losing there. The second game, unfortunately,
Weird map choice.
Don't like to
Kinda
see him lose
very
that way,
questionable
yeah.
build order. Yeah.
both of these games, or all three of these games, were...
He did win the first one. It was a bit sloppy, but the next two, just you can't take too much away from it. Just Puck played very well.
Puck played very, very well, on point. To me, Puck has always been one of those players that I put in like the minigun league, where like they can do really well online, but tournament play is always like iffy,
Yeah.
you know. Like
Puck-
I've never seen Puck play in a tournament as well as he plays online all the time, because he's a really good player online. He's a really good Protoss player, even if he is a bit cheesy. Like
Yeah.
he executes really solidly.
Oh,
but then
he's-
you see him come to tournaments and anything can happen.
He's definitely one of the best NA Protoss on ladder, and even in online tournaments like the WCS or WCSs last year, he was getting further and further. Usually the highest American, I think. It was usually him and Scarlet and Koreans towards the end.
Sure,
But yeah, offline still just not quite putting it together.
definitely.
But
So
he is progressing.
Yeah,
He's making
definitely.
it in bigger and bigger
and
stages.
seeing him win these games, like none of these games were dumb fluke games. Like I think he played really well in all three of these games, especially the last game. I think he executed, and his execution was really well, like top notch. The force fields and the blinks and the time wars were really good in every single game. It was really impressive. I'm really happy to see Puck playing that well.
And now he gets to go on and play against Cats for a spot in the next round of the tournament.
Yep, Cats who originally
Beat him.
so it'll be interesting to see the rematch here. So after this, we have Huck knocked out, we have Kane guaranteed to go through, and now we have Cats versus Puck playing to see who will go through to the next winners, or to the next bracket stage, next group stage, and to determine who will drop out of the tournament forever and ever. Stay tuned. This is the MLG GameOn Invitational. We will be back in a few minutes with the final match of this group.